Well, as we get closer to the World Cup and the huge number of fans traveling right here to Atlanta, public health is, of course, a major concern.
But our Department of Public Health is using all the tools they can to keep us safe, including testing our wastewater. Tracy A. McPeer is live from Georgia's Department of Public Health wastewater lab in Decatur. Tracy, what are they testing for?
Well, DPH won't tell me exactly what new pathogens they are testing for, but they do tell me that they have the capability of testing for thousands of diseases and pathogens here at this lab, far beyond COVID, RSV, and flu. And with the World Cup on the way, they're expanding that testing to know what illnesses are coming here.
Even if you're not experiencing symptoms, you may be shedding virus or a bacteria.
And that's why wastewater testing is so effective. Dr. Amanda Feldpash is the deputy state epidemiologist who oversees the National Wastewater Surveillance System, or NEWS, program here in Georgia. She tells me that information is crucial to know what pathogens are detected here in Metro Atlanta, and they are expanding what they test for, especially during the World Cup next month.
We are in the validation stage for other pathogens, and so those are really kind of a broad range of pathogens.
Right now, 26 counties in Georgia participate in the program, including 10 in Metro Atlanta, like Fulton, Cobb, Cherokee, DeKalb, Gwinnett, Newton, Forsyth, Paulding, Douglas, and Clayton. Counties that include the airport, the stadium, and the closest spots geographically for fans to stay in. Feldpash says they can't detect what pathogens come from what building, like the airport or the stadium. So it's more of a surveillance of the general population, tested 2 times every week. And overall, with so many visitors from around the world, Feldpash says now is a good time to practice good hygiene.
Make sure if you are sick that you stay home so you protect other people.
And if anything is detected in the wastewater that could be a public danger, that information will be shared to healthcare providers and, if necessary, to the public. Now, with all the rain, you'll also want to prevent mosquito bites that can also transmit infections, especially in crowds. So avoid standing water and use bug spray before you go out. Reporting live in Decatur, I'm Tracy A. McPeer, Atlanta News First.